Guys, what is up? It is Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021. William, we're finally back from Arizona.
Yes.
You had a hell of a weekend there. We had a hell of a weekend watching sports.
Yes.
How we doing?
I'm doing a little better. It's raining right now currently.
It is raining.
I don't know what is up with the San Diego weather. I want at some point to get my son back. I think we're in spring. I think we had spring over the weekend.
Are we in spring?
Something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. With this rain,
I really don't.
It still feels like winter. But I was in Arizona. I got back last night. I had to take care of some business in Phoenix. So happy to be back. I'll have to say, though, dude, Phoenix is wild. It's wild.
In what way?
Like pre-COVID wild. Like there was no curfew.
Really?
Yes. Somewhere that you might thrive. I went to like
Me?
a club. Yeah, exactly. I went to a club. Didn't go too hard. I was more kind of like taking everything in just for the fact that we haven't done anything in a year.
That's true.
So to see like all the surroundings. But above all that, March Madness really hit. And Dale, I was telling people over the weekend, a couple group chats, I told you too, that not having it last year, I think it made me appreciate it more this year.
I would agree with that, but I think for you, not having it last year makes you sad about this year.
Yeah.
Because you knew the potential of what your school could do.
Yes, so Dale's referencing SDSU. So last year we had a magical team that went 30-2. We got as high as 6th in the nation. We were going to be a number 2 seed regionally. I don't know what bracket, probably the West. And then it gets canceled. And then this year, I was upset. Dale's school, he can't talk too much either. Ohio State. Let's get into it.
Yeah,
Dale.
let's get into it. I mean, at the end of the day, this weekend was nothing but a Big Ten meltdown. It was like it snowed all weekend, and then they got hit with 85-degree weather on Monday.
Yeah.
It'd be right before game time, and everyone just melted. We lost Purdue, Iowa, Illinois, Ohio State, Maryland, Michigan State, and Wisconsin. All in opening weekend.
Bye-bye.
All in the opening weekend. There are so many 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, yeah, we have all these higher seeds that had advanced. I don't think anyone had penciled in Oral Roberts, Loyola, Chicago, advancing this far. It was a big meltdown. And I think on the flip side, we had bashed the Pac-12 so much.
We did.
To the point where they're the most dominant conference so far in the tournament.
I witched the Pac-12 into being good. Like, Pac-12, you can thank me later for this, but, like, it was literally my curse on the Big Ten that make you guys relevant right now. I'm convinced with that.
Some of the best things you saw, I mean, at one point, it was funny seeing Texas. So every school that was in Texas had advanced except for UT. They lost to Abilene Christian. Of
course.
I mentioned that, Dale. What did I mention that last week?
You did say that.
Yeah,
Abilene
quick
Christian.
high five, too. There was a lot of good content this weekend that we put out. So hopefully you guys were following wotmdaily. It was... There was so much going on. There was a point where, you know, like on the first couple days, all the scoreboards at the top, it's just like a scroller. It's like multiple games. That's where I thought, oh, we're back. Like this.
We're back.
This is amazing. And at this point, so far, Gonzaga Bulldogs and Baylor Bears, they're the only like 1 seeds remaining.
I hate that they look good, but they both look really good.
And it's interesting, too, because you have Gonzaga, who came out kind of flat against Oklahoma yesterday.
Yeah.
They were able to take care of business. And then Baylor, you look at all these tournament brackets. First of all, my bracket's fucked. Illinois, can we talk on Illinois really fast? Not only did we gas up Kofi Cockburn and Ayo, is that how you say his name? Ayo. Look, thanks for playing. What the hell? Sister Jean, dude, that's sexy gilf. She had her fucking wheelchair rolling all over us, just doing freaking donuts all over our freaking bodies.
Hey, I hope Chicago bars are open, because like I told you, last time Loyola was dancing like this, those bars were electric. I loved every second.
You were leading the charge, though, right?
I mean, if I'm at a bar boozing, I'm typically up there leading the charge on the shots.
You're
going
instigating.
Down. So, yeah, I know the buttons to get the crowd going.
Yes.
I've got the 4-digit code.
He likes to stir the pot.
So, my biggest surprise heading into the weekend, there's actually 2. Oral Roberts and Syracuse making the Sweet 16. Those are the 2 where I look at this and I'm just like, okay, these guys had a path to get to the Sweet 16, and they've earned it. Like, Oral Roberts came out and just shot the hell out of the basketball against Ohio State.
Yeah.
They didn't miss in the first half. Granted, Ohio State did not look good in any way, shape, or form, but Oral Roberts looked elite. Do you think that they can win their Sweet 16 games? Like, can they keep this going?
I don't think so. They play Arkansas. I think this is a good run. Now, it's crazy. They had the leading scorer in the nation.
They do.
They do. I mean, that, if you were to quiz any basketball junkie, you'd think, oh, he's probably on Illinois. Oh, he's probably on Gonzaga. No, he is at Oral Roberts.
He is.
Everyone loves Oral.
It's not a bad time.
It's not a bad time.
You know,
but they're matching up against Arkansas. Eric Musselman.
Yeah.
How about the SEC? The SEC is looking well too.
Bama looks tough.
That's another conference that we were joking about that we thought, go play football. Like, it's not, you can't play basketball. Good for them. I don't think so. I think the magic kind of runs out. But at this point, with COVID and everything, we still kind of have like the residual hangover from 2020. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Just like last night, the Houston Rockets finally snapped their 20-game losing streak behind John Wall's triple-double performance. Will, heading into this NBA season, Houston had nothing but NBA aspirations.
Yes.
They had Russ, they had Harden, they had Boogie, they had PJ Tucker still. And now we're talking about a team that's snapping a 20-game losing streak. Will Houston figure this out behind John Wall and Silas, or no?
I don't think so. And I think you can even go back further when they still had Daryl Morey. So you see all these dumb headlines like, oh, who to blame? Is it Harden? Was it Daryl Morey? D'Antoni left. Are they cursed? Is this because of the Houston trash banging? If you just look at, you have J.J. Watt leaving the Texans, the state of Houston. I'm really sorry.
They're in shambles. You have
now,
the
although your
Astros who are cheating,
as long as your college basketball team is still alive.
Ooh.
But no, on a real note, who would have thought 20 games? So I think that was what? That was second to the 2013 Sixers. I think they lost like 26 in a row.
Cavs lost 26 in a row as well, I believe, in 2014, 2013.
Around that time.
Yeah.
And that's when we started learning about trust the process. That was a young Embiid when he was breaking his foot or wasn't playing or was out of shape. But with the Rockets, I like John Wall. It looks like a nice reclamation project that he's gotten out of Washington, D.C., I don't see a good future for them.
I don't either. The team's in shambles. Kevin Porter Jr. is a bright spot for him, hopefully mentally.
Christian Wood.
So hopefully these guys keep their head on straight, move on. We have the trade deadline coming up on Thursday. Some names that I'm going to look out for to be on the moves. Andre Drummond, Kevin Love, Porzingis. I really think the Mavs are trying to look for a trade partner for Kristaps. And then Miles Turner in Indiana is another name that I see on the move. Is there anyone else that you think could potentially be traded?
You basically named all of them. We'll have more of that coming on Wednesday. I think I'm in such like a March Madness hangover to where there was so much I indulged on. Wednesday we'll have more. We can preview that. We also had some other notes too. So, Dale, all of your locals in Cleveland, Ohio, is the NFL draft set. We'll have a whole separate draft special as well. Is it set?
Yeah, guys, April 29th through May 1st, NFL drafts coming to Cleveland. Does the kid fly home? Who knows? I might be flying home that weekend. Cleveland's open right now. All of my friends are having a hell of a time downtown.
If Arizona, what I saw this weekend, was any indication of Ohio, then I would be scared. I wouldn't want you to get arrested or anything.
Listen, I'm like a tornado running through that city if I land.
You're like a caged lion right now. I don't know if we're ready to release you into the wild.
Will's put me on a leash a little bit, and I still managed to get in trouble. So if I just
I don't put him on a leash. That's fucking weird. This isn't like fucking Channing Tatum and Danny McBride and This Is the End. And he's like, oh, I'm going to get in that hole right there. No. Real quick, betting, though.
Ooh.
So we had a lot of content over the weekend. Tons of bets. Dale was kicking my ass. Starting from opening day, I went like 1-3, and I thought, fuck, I'm going to do something really bad. We still have to figure out like a challenge. But, Dale, I rallied back.
You did rally. You got hot.
I went streaking.
You literally went streaking.
I went Frank the Tank, metaphorically.
Dude, what did you go yesterday? 6-0?
Sunday, so I took a break yesterday. I had some other stuff that I had to take care of. So Saturday and Sunday, and although Oregon VCU got canceled because of COVID, so it could have been 13-0. That pushes.
Yeah.
So thank you, gambling gods. I went 12-0.
Yeah.
And I hit a 7-teamer on fucking Sunday, which started with Baylor winning. I thought, wow. I thought Mullet Man for the Baylor Bears, he's probably one of their best players. And then you go on along the line, Oregon State, who would have thought that they were pretty good? Again, representation of the Pac-12. Yep. Buddy Buckets, as much as it pained me to bet on a team that beat my Aztecs, He fucking carried them. I had Arkansas cover. Oh, it was great.
It was electric. So after the first weekend, Will's sitting at 15-14, and he went 12-0 to get hot to get there. And I'm sitting at 17-13. So that's not bad records. Most people in Vegas would be happy with those numbers.
Especially in its tournament where
anything can happen.
Well, the upset bug fucking infested everywhere.
Everybody.
Other than Baylor and fucking Gonzaga.
Yeah.
They were across the board.
Literally. The upsets this weekend were mind-blowing. It was a coin flip. Literally a coin flip on every game.
That's what I think is so upsetting. When you look at these guys at the sports books, you look at the pro bettors, you can do all your research, you can have all your notes,
you don't know.
You can have all of your statistical trends.
Yep.
You don't know shit.
You don't know anything.
You don't know anything. And that's the beauty of Marchdale. That's why we're back. You know the beauty. Today's special of the day. Najee Harris. He's gonna be pretty good. He's gonna be a force. I might draft him in fantasy next year for the NFL.
Oh.
Special of the day. What did we do?
All right. So Najee Harris is going to Alabama for the pro day, but his flight gets canceled from Dallas to Birmingham. So what does he do? He rents a car and drives 9 hours to Bama. But listen, he's not even practicing. He's not going through drills. He's not doing anything. This guy is about to be a multi-millionaire, and he just drove 9 hours to simply support the boys on their pro day.
I like that.
What a teammate. If I'm an NFL GM or if I'm a player in that locker room and Najee Harris is coming to me,
yeah,
I know that I'm getting a solid-ass dude. I love that.
I love it too. And you got to think, any other guy could have easily stayed in Dallas. I know there's multiple training facilities. He flew from Dallas to Birmingham, right?
Well, drove from Dallas to Birmingham.
But he originally was supposed to fly out.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. Think of all the training facilities in Dallas. Think of all the pro athletes and people that he knows specifically because of his name and the brand that he played for. Alabama is a brand. It's not a school.
It's a brand.
Sorry, Josh Paulette. And he could have stayed and worked out. He could have fucking watched Netflix in his guest rental house or in his hotel room. No. He's for the homies. He drove all the way down. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, that's some respect. Guys, respect us. Respect the bets. We have content coming all week.
Go streaky!
Give us the follows. WOTM Daily. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, at Will Galvez, at Arendelle_. I cannot wait for this week.
Give me next weekend already.
Give me some more fucking money.
Let's go!